Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update on all the physical releases. We are in the second week of May 10th until the 14th, Monday to Friday, retail low print imports, plus our community spotlight where you can potentially win a prize. This episode is sponsored by the EPOS H3 closed acoustic gaming headset. This brand new product from EPOS was built with gamers in mind. I've been using this for over a week now, putting it to the test, and I can tell you, this is a nice product. I mean, with these, it really is all about that bass. This is a plug-and-play headset compatible with all consoles and PC, featuring excellent audio engineering with sleek design. It's lightweight, comfortable, and despite being nicely enclosing, I've not had one drop of nasty ear sweat to speak of. Intuitive volume control and a quick mute for the microphone by clicking it vertically, this handles the needs of the modern gamer well. Now you can easily moan about your teammates without hurting their feelings because, you know, you're a swell dude and you do the honorable thing and say it behind their backs. If you're looking for a brand new gaming headset with great sound, comfort and functionality, head over to eposaudio.com or click the links in the description to pick up your H3 headset today. And we are going to be doing a giveaway of these two units. Thanks to EPOS, we have one black and one white headset to give away to you guys. Firstly, we're going to give away the black one. The competition is this week and next week. I have a question this week and I have a question next week. If you answer both in the comments, I'll put you in for a draw. This week's question: what is your favorite video game soundtrack of all time? What is it? There are no wrong or right answers. Next week we're going to have a second question, so remember to watch next week's video as well. Subscribe and hit that bell. Okay, let's jump into this week's retail. Subnautica plus Subnautica Below Zero is a double pack of open world survival games set in the ocean of an alien planet. The first game is out already, while the quasi sequel / probably could have been DLC, but you know, that's less money, isn't even out of early access yet. Well, it will be when this package releases this week. Honestly, this looks great, as long as it runs well on the Switch, of course. If Abzu, which released recently, was too short for you, then you need this. This is a full game, 30 hours just for the first game's campaign, so there's a lot of sea diving for your buck. Brigandine, the Legend of Runersia, is releasing in Europe this week, previously only available in North America by Limited Run Games, and as an import in the East, it's finally making its way to European shores. If you enjoy a good strategy game, then this is definitely one to take a look at. With plenty of factions, each with their own distinct personality and culture, you'll be trying to conquer the land in this sequel to a cult PS1 game that no one actually played. I'm sure I would have loved it back in the day, but it was a casualty of, you know, being in Europe during the PS1 era where we didn't get anything because companies couldn't be asked to translate so many languages, which I understand, to be fair. And this is Alexander Cato's pick of the week. And it wouldn't be a proper week without Europe getting some kind of code in a box, and this week it's Marooners. What a lovely piece of plastic guff. Alright, the low prints. Sturmwind EX is an aftermarket Dreamcast game now ported to the Switch. This is published by Pix and Love in Europe, exclusive to their website. This is a really cool looking shmup, traditional in its arcade style nature. There's a standard pre-order release plus a collector's edition that, in all honesty, I would not be surprised to see it sold out by now. It's one of those surprise announcements that couldn't make it into last week's video. That can sometimes be the case, and it's very sad. It reminds me of that Craig David song, physical video on Monday, game announced on Tuesday, pre-orders open on Thursday, special edition sold out by Friday, Jordan crying on Saturday. That's how it goes, right? And I'm sorry for singing. There's one rule of YouTube, one rule, and it is never sing, but I just can't help myself sometimes. Sturmfront, the Mutant War. Yes, 2 Sturms in one. The Germans must be pleased. Anyways, this Sturm is a balls-to-the-wall action twin-stick shooting goodness. I know there are so many examples of this genre, even on the Switch, but just looking at it reminds me of Zombies Ate My Neighbors. What a game that was. Now, I'm not saying this is like in that league, but then what is? Anyways, you can pre-order this from redartgames.com. You can get a sweet 10% off if you use our discount code SWATCH10. Don't miss out. I have a feeling that this is going to be one of their quicker sellers out there. Obviously, it may appear on select websites in Europe in the future, but without the card sleeve. So, Sturmfront or Sturmwind? Front or wind? Hey, at least it's not Sturmrear, because that would be rear wind. There's a joke in there somewhere, I just can't be bothered to structure it properly. Sword of the Necromancer is Ultra Collector's third release. They had Indie and very recently that sports game that I've already forgotten the name of. Now they have a slightly more memorable title in Sword of the Necromancer. This is a dungeon crawler action RPG with roguelike elements where you can revive your defeated enemies to make them fight alongside you. That sounds great, but reception to its digital release was, shall we say, mediocre. There's a collector's edition that has an art book, soundtrack CD, booklet, 8 IR cards, whatever they are, and a certificate. There's also a standard edition which, you know what? I actually quite like that artwork. That looks pretty sweet. Anyways, you can order this from ultracollectors.com right now. Probably the biggest low print release of this week and perhaps of the year, Castlevania Anniversary Collection. Limited Run are milking this bad boy dry with 4 different versions available. A standard edition, which is just the game, a classic and Bloodlines editions, which are very similar, but one's mocking the NES while the other goes for the Genesis in terms of packaging. Then there's the Ultimate Edition, which comes with both packagings, a shadow box that lights up, retro art prints, miniature replica boxes, history book poster, and a Steam box. And for $175, that's a whole lot of paper and card. Sorry, I can't help myself. Plus, it is the only way to get the Steam box, so if you're a Steam box collector, rest in peace. Now, as you may remember in my review, I am a big fan of this collection of retro games, but it's sad to see that it's been priced out, well, for me anyway, by Limited Run. Imagine a massive multi-billion-dollar corporation needing to slap the Limited Run's logo on their products to make it viable. Can you imagine if Final Fantasy had Limited Run's logo instead of Square Enix? That would be a sad day indeed, but, you know, what can I say? I've always got something to say about it, right? I don't think it's going to, like, take Scott Pilgrim's crown of, like, their biggest ever release, but I'm sure this will come damn close, and of course, it's a popular one. Boombox, Michael Del Polito, God of Resin, Cartoon Siren, and Cigar Trucker, it's their pick of the week. Now, this is not officially known to be releasing this week, but for fear of another Sturmwind or Front, or whichever one it is, I've already forgotten, I do know that NG Dev, the dudes who did the glorious Gunlord X, are putting Razion EX up for order sometime in the next week or two, and I'm scared it'll be announced tomorrow or something. Sold out by Thursday, you know the rest, whatever. I don't want you to miss out. It could be this week, next month, I don't know. But keep up to date with NG Dev on Twitter. You don't want to miss out on this because it looks like a fantastic game. Alright, imports now. There's not really many imports this week, only Subnautica in Japan, which I talked about already, and the one I'm going to mention in a minute. But if you're dying for more info on physicals, then check out last week's video, which had a massive list of upcoming imports for the year that we know of so far. 20 juicy imports for everyone to spend their hard-earned cash on. And don't forget to use our PlayAsia discount code SwitchWatchTV at the same time. But this week, as I said, Subnautica plus Famicom Detective Club Double Pack is releasing in Japan. This is 2 physical games bundled together. It really looks to be a nice package of these incredibly high production visual novels. The sad part is that these do not have English, and there's no English physical release anywhere that's being announced thus far. I can understand why this is niche as hell, but I would definitely have picked these up, especially in a double pack like this. Well, never mind. And I do want to say something about Saga Frontier. Apparently, the artwork that I showed last week may not be the final artwork. Luke over on Twitter contacted me and showed me what actually may be the final artwork. So if that's important to you, like personally I don't like this as much, so you may want to hold off your pre-order if you like the box art that I showed you, because maybe that pushed you over the edge. It was beautiful, so I can imagine some people wanted it just for that. But yeah, we'll have to see. Thanks for the heads up, Luke, and sorry if I misled anyone. I just went with what I saw on PlayAsia at that time. So yeah, it seems strange that they would like choose this one. I don't know, we'll have to see. Alright, let's jump into the Let's Get Physical Community Spotlight. Remember, if you're showed off in this series, then at the end of the episode, you'll be in with the chance of winning a physical Switch game. Still, have no idea what it's going to be, but Champ Dancer, come on man, contact me. I need to give you Chronos, that was the one, right? Anyways, firstly, me this week, I'm going to show off Premium Edition Games' second release, Pigeon Dev Games Collection. This is a pack of 4-in-1 games from the same developer, Awesome P1, Awesome P2, both of which are platformers that go for the Game Boy aesthetic. You also get Bucket Night, which is a run and gun, as well as Explosive Jake, which is an arcade-style game similar to something like Bomberman, I would say, but with a less focus on multiplayer. Perhaps individually these games wouldn't warrant a physical release, but together they make a commendable package. This is the standard edition that Premium Games produce, but this one they do have higher tier editions as well. A retro edition which comes with a steambox and a bigger box, and a deluxe edition which has a soundtrack and also a massive 200-page hardcover guidebook as well as other stuff. It looks really nice. The standard edition is nice as well. It's the one I have. It comes with the standard stuff, a slipcover, a sleeve. So you have 2 sleeves basically, a proper manual that has it has really good paper, really good quality to it, and is really thick. It's nice. Really impressed with the manual. You also get a challenge card which can net you a reward if you send in an achievement into Premium Edition Games on Twitter and such like that. It's a really cool bonus that you may have seen in a more innocent era. It's a nice touch for them to do something like this. If you want to pick this up, or Super Blood Hockey, which I showed a few weeks ago, then consider using the link below in the description. If you do that, then we also earn 5% off your purchase, which is just like Play Asia. It helps support the team very, very much. Thank you to those who already used our links at that time, all 10 of you, and I look forward to seeing your purchases in the spotlights in the future. Alright, on to you lot. Punky Dooster did what he does best, showing off Inside, a card case, this time filled with many limited run titles, some recent ones too, like Trova and Scott Pilgrim. Good stuff. Michael Del Polito sent in this photo of some fun games. Great to see the really obscure import of Girls und Panzer, the Southeast Asian version, which is the one to have English, plus Wallachia, the gorgeous VGNY edition, and Gundam Cross Rays. Super jealous about that. Goma sent in this photo of pickups, teasing me with some snap goodness alongside a few other cool titles. I would like to pick up Override 2 at some point alongside its Japanese exclusive original. Cartoon Soren got in Unrailed from Super Rare. Personally, I'm not a fan of that box art, but I heard the game is pretty great with friends, and at the time of writing, on Saturday, they still have 23% of left, so don't miss out on that. Ying picked up the rather quaint Clubhouse Games, which is the much better name for it than what they got in Europe. I recently heard that they reached 3 million units sold, which for me is incredible numbers for a game like this. Nintendo must be pleased. Jumbo Son sent in this picture of their impressive Switch collection, which, as you may have noticed, features custom cover sleeves, which is a nice touch, although being a European person, we're not used to having such fancy spines. We usually get like a very robotic, standardized spines in the UK and such. I'm sorry, I still can't say your name. Sent in this picture. Big thanks for using our links and codes on these games. Excellent choices all round, and I approve of each. Neverburst sent in this photo of some strictly limited collector's editions. They put in a lot of effort to make these as quality as they are. I just wish they could be quicker about it, or, you know, have them in hand before selling them. They must have enough capital by now to make them prior to pre-orders. They must, come on. God of Resin picked up these games. I know he's a fan of Blasphemous, so definitely needed to pick up the import of the Spanish version. Merciless Switch Collector mercilessly sent in these pickups, mostly of Australian origin. I still need to add an Australian copy to my collection. It's one of the few that I'm missing from my multinational games. McLaren showed off Abzu from Super Rare, the Steambox version, which looks nice indeed, especially when you crank up that saturation. The standard version is sold out already, but at the time of writing, they still have 10% of the Steambox versions in. Irina, a long-time watcher, first-time submitter, sent in this photo showing off the beautiful Marchen Forest Collector's Edition. I had no idea it would look this great. If I did, I'd have pre-ordered it already. Plus Bazooka from Strictly Limited. I'm wondering why the Steambox isn't inside the package. Is that normal for them to do that? I don't know. Answers on the postcard, please. Kraken got in Spinge from I Am 8-Bit, looking rather trippy indeed. A fine talking point in the collection. Steven665 sent in this photo. He was a bit too late for last week, but we got it now. Showing off that Ultra Collector's game, their previous one, the sports game that I can't remember the name of. I'm super surprised they got it so quickly. I guess they must have had them printed already, which some companies could certainly learn from. Paul Atkins sent in this photo showing off some really nice imports. I think all of these came out the same day in Japan a couple of months back. I definitely need to add all of them to my collection as they all have English. Matthew Hutton, many thanks for using our links and codes on the Mysterious Trilogy. Thank you everyone, actually. It's releases like this that really makes physicals, keep on going and growing. If it hadn't been for your support like this year and a half, it would not still be going and certainly would not have grown like it currently is. So thank you ever so much in your support. Jason Woodbury showed off this photo, including Dead or School, which he won from this very section a few months back. Glad to see it nice and safe. Yvonne sent in this photo showing some recent pickups, including plenty of super rare, which, if I'm being honest, I kind of regret not picking up Creeks. I kind of want it now. JCross7776 picked up the new Pokemon Snap. Y'all teasing me with these snaps. I think I definitely need to bite the financial bullet and take a few days off to enjoy this. Inactive Yeti, many thanks for using our links and codes on a couple of these games here. See, that Cloudpunk, it looks magnificent. I just wish the game matched the artwork and concept because it looks gorgeous. Parsnip Coffee got in these games. Seeing a lot of Ringo Butter these last few weeks or so. I don't know how well they did in our affiliate since it did not appear in our top 10 of the last few months, which is sadly is as far as the analytics go. Plus, Star Renegades, the Japanese release, no waiting around for Strictly Limited. Hudo, many thanks for using our links and codes on these games. Man, that Pokemon Gold is bringing back some massive waves of nostalgia. Why aren't there any gold or silver packagings for games anymore? That's cool, no matter what year we're in. Gavin Owen, big thanks for using our links and codes for these wholly obscure imports. Massive respect for delving deep into the weird and wonderful section of the import exclusives. Check out the video that I made about the obscure ones if you're not sure what these are. Tyson Bailey showing off two brilliant releases, Atelier Mysterious and Pokemon Snap. God, how long can I hold up? I mean, you don't have to pay the mortgage every month, right? Adam Kataskilo picked up Starlink alongside a much needed SD card because sadly Starlink does need a download, but it's supposedly a great game and I think I need an upgrade too. Reviewing Switch games is a massacre on storage. Santa Tartaruga picked up the Encore edition of Avicii, or Avicii, I don't know how to say it, in Vector. I heard it's a pretty fun rhythm game, love the genre, so I would be interested in picking this one up myself at some point. Alright, let's have a roundup. Joshua Brown, Hudo, Midnight Raven, Panzer Thief Zero, Brian D. Mills, Chew It, Kinkin, Nintendo Gamer Gal, Sosha, Jaytin, Rorn, Weak for Waifus. Alright, please send me your pictures over on Twitter at SoWhatAboutGame. You can DM me or tag me in a post and use the hashtag Let's Get Physical. And if I see it, I'll give you a nice little retweet as well. Plus, you can email it into us at contactors. No, you can't. Not that one. Sorry. SwitchWatchSpotlight@gmail.com. SwitchWatchSpotlight@gmail.com. Plus, we have a Discord, which is a nice way for us to have a chat with you guys. Send your pictures there in the submissions section, and the Discord server link is below. Please just send me one picture per week, unless it's an unboxing, of course. Maybe I will try to fit that in. It just really helps me out if it's just one picture. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of New Physicals. Special thanks to our executive producers, Dean Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Jonathan Rumo, Gannicus, Santa Tartaruga, Alolan Jojo, Alexander Cato, J. Crowd 7776, Elissa, Punky Dooster, Michael Del Polito, Cigar Trucker, Cartoon Siren, and Jack Severus. Thank you ever so much for your insane support. Plus you, yes, you watching right now, if you watched all 17 minutes of this or however long it is, you are a legend of the highest order. Tell me who you are by giving me a high five in the comments, and if you're a member, you can also give me an owl high five. Yeah, okay guys, be sure to check out some other videos that we produce, bargains, the obscure imports that I just mentioned, plus some other stuff. Here they are. We'll see you guys over there. Have a good one.